How to make more time for real estate while working a 9-to-5 job. So you're diving into real estate, working towards getting your business off the ground, and the only thing standing in your way is that 9-to-5. It's that 8-hour day that you're working outside of real estate. So how can we make more time to actually make things happen in real estate? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you can do to maximize the time you have to put into real estate so that ultimately you can see more traction sooner in your real estate business. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Tyler Roicki. I help people build income and wealth in real estate, and I run an international real estate team at eXp Realty. And if you get any value whatsoever out of this video, all I'd ask is that you like, comment, and hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. And with that in mind, let's dive into the video. So there's 3 things that you're going to want to do in order to maximize the amount of time you have to really put towards your real estate business. But before I get to those 3 things, it's important to understand that there is a time-money trade-off happening with the work you're doing outside of real estate. And so what I mean by that is, as long as you're working that 9-to-5, what you're essentially doing is you're selling those hours for money. And there's a trade-off in the sense that those hours are not available to put into your real estate business, which if utilized correctly, can and will produce a result in your real estate business. So those hours are off the table. You're selling those hours for a set income, and those hours, as long as they're being sold for that purpose, they're not going to contribute to an output in your real estate business. And so with that in mind, it's important to understand that there is a trade-off there in the sense that the sooner we can get to a point where we're freeing up some, if not all of those hours to put towards your real estate business, the more of a result you're going to be able to produce in your real estate business by having those hours to apply to real estate, for better or for worse. And I say that because there's a lot of people in the real estate industry that do not use their time well and do not have a big result to show for the amount of hours they put in their real estate business. But on the flip side, I know agents who put part-time hours into their real estate business and produce more than a full-time income, you know, as far as what most agents make full-time in the business. And so it's not about the hours you have to sell, it's about how productive you are with the time you put into the business. Now, that being said, let's talk about how you can get started making more time for your real estate business, even with that set amount of hours going towards your job. And so the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide and commit. And it's important that you make a decision and make a commitment before it comes time that you need to follow through with it, because you cannot rely on deciding in times of weakness. And, you know, for instance, that's going to be after work, after you put in an 8-hour day. You can't leave it to whether or not you feel like putting the time in after work. You need to decide prior to that workday even started whether or not you're going to put the time and energy into your real estate business at a later point in the day. So meaning if you're working that 9-to-5, what are you going to do when you're off of work? What are you going to do from 6 to 10 or 7 to 11 or whatever the amount of hours is you're going to put in and what you're going to get done during that time? Because you cannot rely on seeing how you feel after work. You have to make a decision and commitment prior, because if that's already committed, it's not going to come down to how you feel or whether or not you have the energy or this or that. No, like you're either all in or all out. So commit ahead of time. Decide and commit ahead of time. Don't rely on being able to make the decision that's going to take you forward in your time of weakness when you're already spent and burnt out. And now it comes time to make a decision. Well, you're probably going to opt out of that more often than not, versus, hey, I'm already committed to this. I guess I just got to follow through with it, and that's exactly what you do. So make those decisions ahead of time and get in a habit that you're going to follow through with it and stick with that commitment you made. And that brings us to the second thing you can do to make more time for your real estate business is start to subtract. Look at the time you spend outside of work that isn't productive and start to cut those things out from your day. For most of us, a small number of things consume the highest amount of time. I'm sure that many of you, like myself, get a notification on your phone every week showing you how much screen time you spent on the phone on different apps. And for others, I mean, it might be TV for some of you. It's probably, if it's not TV, it's social media. But point is, you could probably figure out a handful, if that many things that are just consuming your time that truly are not productive, not in a sense of really being able to take your business forward in real estate. Because some of these things like social media, like hanging out, like in a specific context that could help your real estate business, but if you're not being intentional with it, it's probably not. Like, because scrolling on social media is not going to help your real estate business. It's the time you spend being a producer, not a consumer, that's going to potentially help your real estate business. And so point is, account for it. Look at how you're spending, not just the time you're spending working or in your real estate business, but all the hours of your week, and figure out where is that unproductive time and cut it out. So cut out the TV, cut out the social media, cut out hanging out with people when it's not moving the needle forward in your business and life. Because you got to really prioritize. If you're serious about making it happen in real estate, it's going to require sacrifice. There's going to be leisure time that gets sacrificed. There's going to be hanging out that gets sacrificed. And you just got to be willing to subtract in order to add something more to your life, which is what real estate has the opportunity to unlock for you if you truly commit to it and are more intentional with your time that you have in your week available, that you could reallocate from something unproductive to something productive in real estate. And that brings us to the third thing that you can do to make more time for your real estate business, which is create more time. So hear me out. We all have the same 168 hours in the week. However, how much time are you sleeping? And the reason I point that out is a quote that I always remember from Arnold Schwarzenegger, which, someone asked him about something, related to time and really what we're talking about here. And what he said was sleep faster. And so I'm not here to assess how many hours of sleep you need or what's good or what's bad. But what I am saying is wake up earlier. Sleep faster, like Arnold says, because you got to look at what's more important. Getting that 8 hours sleep every single night that you'd like to have, or taking 2 of those hours and getting closer towards that goal that you're out to get. And we got to assess that. We got to be looking at, hey, where is it that we will find this time? Because we might be able to subtract some things. I'm sure we can all find something. But if not, hey, we all need sleep. We're all getting sleep, and a lot of us sleep a different amount of time. So if there's a lot of time going towards sleep, well, can we sleep faster? Can we get up a little earlier? Can we make that a habit and truly utilize that time to get more done and move the needle forward more in our business? And yeah, it's important that we get our rest, especially in times where we need it. But it's also important that we're being intentional with how we're using our time and not just letting the conveniences of life take over and keep us stuck where we're at in a spot that's maybe comfortable, maybe we're well rested and happy, but are we really happy if we're not progressing towards our goal and doing what it is that we got in our mind and our heart that we're supposed to do? So if you got that hunger, that's the key. If you got that hunger, you've got to figure out where that time's going to come from. And for many of us, it's going to mean, hey, we got to get up earlier and get some more work done at that point. And so take those 3 things together, decide and commit, subtract that unproductive time, and create more time by waking up earlier, sleeping faster, however you want to think of it. Move with more urgency, and you're going to find that you'll have more time to commit to your real estate business while working a 9 to 5. And if you get to a point where you can start replacing some of those 9 to 5 hours with productive time you're utilizing for your real estate business, you're going to be able to create more income from real estate and ultimately work towards replacing that full-time income outside of real estate with real estate income if that's what you're out to do. And with that in mind, if there's anything I can potentially do to help you do that more, I'd love to connect. You'll find my information, my email in the description below. So if there's anything I can do to help you now in the future, go ahead and reach out. But aside from that, if you got any value whatsoever out of this video, all I'd ask is that you like, comment, and hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. And until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.